I set up book signings. I kind of used the Black Friday events as my book tour. So I did New York, I did New Jersey, I did North Carolina, Atlanta, LA. And other different kind of conferences and mental health conferences and things like that to promote the book. And as of today, I have sold 450 books. Since then. So it's really been a really, really hard process, just coming to terms with HIV for one, and then realizing that I can keep going after HIV. And then the book for me represented, just that I can help other people, and a lot of people tell me, they read the book, they go, well, were you looking in my window when you wrote this? And I'm like, well, that's what I needed when I was going through all of that. I didn't have anything, couldn't tell my friends, and I didn't have anything that I could turn to and pick up and go, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. And this is what, that represented for me. And, I just look at it basically as I'm doing God's work. This is what I was here to do. This is what I was here to do. So it's come a long way. It's done a lot for many different people. People who come up to me and start crying and things like that. It's kind of overwhelming at times because a friend of mine who read it, and he was like, "You don't realize what you've done for the community in this book." And I'm like, and it's really raw. It's just my straight thoughts, whatever I was happening to be thinking that day. That's what I wrote down. Whether or not I felt like killing myself, whether or not I didn't feel like taking no pills that day, whatever it was I was thinking, I just wrote it down on paper, and it just kind of came out that way. I'm going to read a couple of things. Watch my time.
Preach, man, preach. Don't worry.
This one is called My Conversation with God. HIV has brought me so much closer to God. I wasn't still not a big believer in church. Don't get into church that much. I believe God is in you wherever you are. He is. You don't need a big building or some place to go to to talk to God. Just start talking and he'll hear you. And HIV, and I really wasn't that in tune with God. And HIV has, if nothing, has brought me so much closer to my belief and my faith. And so, in the midst of all of this, I just started having conversations with God. God, help me to understand. There are so many things that I just don't understand, but I want to. I have this fear inside of me. A fear of what? It's a combination of a fear of dying before my time, a fear of being alone, a fear of not living up to all your expectations of me. Will I accomplish all that you have planned for me? Are you mad at me for not trying as hard as I could? God, I know I have so many faults that I could have stopped if I just put a little bit more effort into it. But for some reason, I hesitate to be all I can be, so to speak. I ask that you just watch over me and light a candle at the end of this dark tunnel that I just seem to be stuck in. I know that with your help, I can make it to the brighter day. And it just progressed from there. And there were a lot of different things throughout the book that just hit me through the day. I'm trying to say, this is my new favorite one. It's called One Day. It just happened one day. I woke up and I was genuinely happy. I didn't even notice it until about the middle of the day. I just had so much energy. I felt as though he was walking beside me. I can't remember the last time I felt this good for no other reason than just being alive. I had gotten used to just feeling okay. I got up and I went to work every day, and I came home and got ready to do it again tomorrow. But today, I feel as though I can jump over the moon. As the days go by, I feel better and better each day, as though I got my joy back. I wonder how I learned to live without it for so long. I realized that my fear of death started a downward spiral towards the very thing that I was afraid of, death. I guess my first mistake was trying to forget that I was sick. I didn't look or feel sick, so why take medicine for it? But what I was really saying to myself by not taking the medicine was that I was giving up on life and that I just wanted to die. I wasn't a big believer in God, church, but in the midst of becoming deadly ill, I called out to him. And not sure if he would hear me, or even knew that I existed. But little things started to happen, and I knew it was all because of him. But still, I have doubt. And I'm not sure if that's quite godly or not. But I was starting to think that these doubts were keeping me from my